called? Martinsville 250. How many laps is it? 250 laps. So it should be like the Martinsville 125. We're calling it the Martinsville 250. They can't. Well, they can't. Okay. I gotta find a way to see this whole freaking track. Good evening, fans. This is the iRacing. We're gonna do the Martinsville 250 here, and we got. It is May 7th. We're gonna have 250 caution-free laps. I doubt it's gonna be caution-free, but we'll see how it goes tonight. Presently, we've gotten qualifying starting, and we are about 2.5 minutes in. And currently, we have Stephen West, 74. He has turned a 19.521. And then we have Michael Eames in the 988 car with a 19.549. We have Andrew Melvin in the number 37 with a 19.552. Kyle Feemster in the 38 comes in at fourth with a 19.563. Robbie Yachty in the 44 is currently running a 19.589. Mark Love is currently running a 19.608 in the 54. Not much change on the qualifying here. We have 12 drivers who have qualified right now. Looks like we may have a field of about 23 to start this half a mile loop around Martinsville. We only have 13. Let's look at the rest of the field. In seventh would be Oscar Jensen. In 47, he's currently ran in 19.637. Sean Hustler in the 94, he's currently ran a 19.670. Brian Johnson in the number 4 car is currently ninth with a 19.694. Round out the top 10 will be Tommy Amos in the 28. He currently ran a 19.741. Tommy was just bumped down. It looks like we have Tyler Pluff, a late qualifier in the 21 car. He is now the 5th fastest at 19.565. Still on the top of the board is Stephen West in the 74 with a blistering 19.521, and qualifying is over. We do have 21 cars starting in the field today. Get this race thing here.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, here to perform our national anthem, please welcome Natalie Turgeon.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose we were so carelessly dreaming. And the hurricanes that our flag was still there. Oh, take us that star-spangled banner away. For the land of the free.
Race fans, it is time for those most famous words in motorsports. Drivers, start your engine!
Welcome back, and here we go. We're going to start this Martinsville 250. It's going to be 250 blistering laps around this 0.56 mile track. On the pole sits Stephen West in the 74, and outside pole is Michael Eames in the 988. Second row is Andrew Melvin in the 37. Next to him is Kyle Feimster in the 38. And behind them, starting fifth, would be Tyler Clough in the 21, and next to him would be Robbie Otti in the 6th position. Mark Love right behind that. In the 8th position in the car number 54, Oscar Jensen in the 47, Roger 9th. And we have 10th starting is Sean Hustler. No, 9th starting is Sean Hustler. And then Ryan Johnson rounds out the top 10. And that is the top 10, and we're about ready to go green. Here we go. We got a nice lead. Stephen West got a little bit of a gap between the rest of them. He is leaving them here. There is a 0.43 second gap between the leader, Stephen West, and second place is Andrew Melvin. And the gap is increasing. Looks like you still have we ain't got much of a battle here. Third and fourth place, Michael Eames in the 988, and third right now, personally, he's being battled by 21, Tyler Clough. Like that. They've kind of settled out nose to tail here. I know they got 250 laps, and this is a rough track to try to be battling right off the bat. I do see Kyle Feimster. He's sneaking in there and looking in like he wants that position from Tyler, and he might get it on the next turn. He's taking his time, being patient. And he gets it. Looks like Tyler Clough got a little loose there. Gave the position up. And we have a caution. Let's see what that wreck was involved. Who was involved in that wreck?
Yeah, it was.
That caution might have been installed to Kyle Feimster.
Check up a little bit too much.
Tyler Clough. All right, we had a slight technical difficulty there. That accident just came out. Caution was brought out by Tyler Clough. He got a little loose. Kyle Feimster went below him to take his position. And when he got loose, he gathered up and happened to get Robbie Oddie in that little incident. Looking a little bit here. Robbie got a little of that, and then he went into the wall. Mr. Tyler Buff met the wall by accident. But he seems to be all right. He's turning that car back going straight. He's back heading in the right direction. Now let's get some, I don't know if we got pit stops here. It looks like Buck Tyler's going to come in. He's going to get some of that damage fixed. Trying to do everything he can to stay on the lead lap. Steven West is still holding the lead. Still holding the lead. As he started there, and he is now lap 7 when the caution came out. I'll go back green here in a lap. We don't have many big movers. It's like Tyler Buffett's back on pit road again to get some more of that damage fixed. This is only a half-mile track. You don't have a long time in face laps to come back around before you end up a lap down. So you got to get a little fixed every pit stop you can get here. We have got Steven West in that red hot 74. Steve on the, he is still in the lead there, and we've got Andrew Melvin, who would like to take that away from him in that alarm.com number 37. Should go back green here. Let's see if Steven gets another good lead. Like he did before, we're about ready to go green this time by. Tightening them back up, they're tightening them back up, and they're getting ready to go. There he goes, and Steven West got another nice jump. Andrew Melvin is not letting him sneak away that car. Michael Eames in that 988 running in third right now with that mean-looking Monster Energy paint scheme. He is going to lose a position to the 38 of Kyle Feimster. Kyle is coming up. He wants to lead this race. Robbie Ottie's also moving his way up cleanly in that 44 car. He is now in the 4th position. Steven West has gained a comfortable, a little over a half a second lead in front of Melvin in the 37. And we are on another caution. Here we go again. This is going to be a caution-filled race. We've run about 5 or 6 laps, and we have a caution. Hopefully this gets a little bit cleaner. This track is pretty hard to tame, and it's going to eat them all up here. So let's see if we can find that track and see what happened there. Looks like car 96, Jeffrey Smith, running that Monster Energy paint scheme, might have got a little furry there. In lap 12. Let's watch it here to see if he had any help. No, he just kind of kept turning left. And the wall, luckily the wall was there. It stopped him from going any further left. But he got a little damage. He's back going straight again. That is Eric Smith. His steering wheel just stuck left. He just didn't straighten it up. Very minimum damage. It looks like he's going to be okay. He's not even. He's making a pit stop now. Let's see if we can clean some of that up. We have got still in the lead is Steven West. Outside is Andrew Melvin. 37, Robbie Oddie, Kyle Feimster. Robbie Oddie in the 44, Kyle Feimster in the 38. They snuck up there. They have gained a position over Mike Eames in the 988. And Oscar Jensen's wildly sitting there in the 6th position, making sure he keeps clean because he cannot finish the race if he don't finish the race. He's got to stay clean. some other mentionables here. Mark Love from 54 is in 7th position. Tommy Amos, he's gained a couple spots since the start. He's now in 8th. We have David Gervais, 9th position, and Brian Jensen is in 10th. The rest of the field will be 11th is Sean Huffsler in the 94th. Kenny Powell in the 24. He is now 12th. Jay Felton is 13th in the 7th. Chris Johnson in the 99, 14th position. Rounding out the top 15 is Rob Melnick in 34. And it looks like Jeffrey Smith in the 96 came in and got a little bit more of that damage free, so he's back off pit road. And he's going to follow Tyler Pluff that was in the first caution out. Tyler must still be getting some of that damage free from that first accident that he was involved in here. Tires do look fairly clean. I do not see a lot of damage, so that shouldn't hinder them. This track is so small. The only thing I would really worry about is if you had some steering difficulties that could hinder you from turning left. And we're back going green, and we're going to go to the front here. Let's check and see how we're doing. We're going to follow Robbie Oddie in the battle of Kyle Feemster. Robbie Oddie is presently in 3rd, and Kyle impatiently in 3rd. Even the 4th, he wants 3rd. But it does look like Michael Eames got a great jump on that restart. He got in front of Kyle Feemster in that 988. And once again, we have Stephen West in the lead with 74. He has got a half a second gap between second place Andrew Melvin, and Robbie Oddie is slowly on the tail of Andrew Melvin, and Robbie Oddie just took second position. So now we have Robbie Oddie in the 44 in second place. He is hunting down Stephen West in the 74, but there is a 1 second interval between first and second. They have got a smooth bumper to bumper for about the first 8 or 9 cars after the leader here. They're all standing nose to tail. Nobody's really making any moves unnecessarily, so I think they want to try to get some green flag laps in there. It does look like Mark Love in that 54 got a little loose squirrely coming off that turn. Oscar Jensen right behind him in the 47. It's like maybe they both are running the same puddle of oil. They're both getting squirrely coming off the turns. So far, we are pretty clean. Nose to tail, everybody's getting a comfortable 2/10 gap between each car. Giving everybody some room here. That leader has got him a comfortable 1.4 second lead in front of Robbie Oddie right now. Stephen West is slowly clicking away here. Looks like everybody is settling in, and they are just going to run some laps and try to stay away from battling here. Let's see what the back of the field's looking like. Let's go back and see how we're looking right around the 13th position. That would be Kenny Powell. Looks like Kenny is about doing the same thing, and right behind him is Chris Johnson in 99. He's kind of doing the same thing. They're all just kind of staying nose to tail and patiently waiting. There's no need to be in a hurry to be the first one to the accident. Kind of patiently taking their time. Let's see, that's Jay Felton, number 7. It looks like he is trying to take a position from Brian Johnson here. He slowly gains on him and then he backs it up a little bit. Brian is not giving up that bottom line. Without that, I do not know how Jay Phelps 170 going to take that position. But it does look like Brian is on the bumper of Sean Hustler in the 94. He wants that position, but again, same with behind him. Jay is taking it. No, it looks like Jay, if he sneaks it in there, he can get this position, and he has done it. Jay's got his nose in there, and he is going to get that 10th position from Brian Jensen here. Coming out of this turn, yes sir, it's a clean clear, and the Kit Kat number 7 there, he is Jay Felton. He's made it clean pass. But it does look like Ryan Johnson is not too happy about that pass. He is going to try to stick it in there and try to get back his 10th position that he had. He does not like that number 11 position for some reason. Most of the excitement is in the middle of the pack here. It's get pretty dicey right here. We've got the 94 of Sean Hustler. He is looking like he's on the bumper of David Gervais, and he would like to get in the 8th position that David currently holds. See what's going on. In 4th and 5th, we got Mark Love in the 6th position, and Kyle Feimster. 4th, 5th, and 6th are bumper to bumper here. We've got Michael Eames in the 988. 4th, 5th would be Kyle Feimster in the 38, and Mark Love in the 54. They were all bumper to bumper a minute ago, and they seem to spread out a little bit and give each other some room here. But Mark Love, he's riding right on the bumper of that Kyle Feimster. He gets a little closer there. He may be in the fender of that. Send Mr. Feimster around and around. Looks like our leader, Stephen West, in 74, has got him a comfortable 2-second gap between him and 2nd place Robbie Otti. Looks like most of the battle is from 2nd on back, as there is not a. Well, there's really not a battle for 2nd. It looks like Robbie has got him a 2nd lead in front of Andrew Melvin, too, in the 37. So 2nd place has got a comfortable gap. From 1st to 3rd, you have a approximately 3-second gap from 1st to 3rd. That is a very good cushion for Stephen West in 74. Soon Stephen West will come up to lap traffic, as this is a half-a-mile track. Lap traffic is bound to happen. And once that happens, we'll see the talent of Stephen West come out. You can see what David Gervais to Jensen at 47. Let's stick for the battle at 8 and 7. Let's see what's going on there. Oh, looks like there's a great battle going on behind them. We have, kind of looks like that is Jay Felton again. He is trying to get in there and take position away from Oscar Jensen. Slowly working his way up. Now we have Jay has now moved himself into the 9th position in the number 7 car. Jay is slowly picking him off. He's trying to get up there. Now he's moving on to Shane Huffler. And he's slowly gaining on Shane. Picking off about 1/10 of a second every lap we get here. All right, let's take a peek at the top 5. We have Stephen West in the 74. That is a comfortable almost 4 seconds in front of 2nd place in the 44, Robbie Otti. And Robbie Otti is a comfortable 2.5 in front of 3rd place in the 37 of Andrew Melvin. And in 4th place, just about a 1/2 second behind him, is Michael Eames in the 988. And right on Michael Eames' tail is that 38 of Kyle Feimster. That would be our present top 5. Jay Felt, he once again, he has caught the bumper, rear bumper of Sean Hustler. He is going to do the same thing that he had done earlier to Oscar Jensen, Brian Johnson. He's going to try to push him up so he can catch that inside line and get around him. I don't know, it's intimidating. He's not touching any kind of fender parts there, so he is no bumpers, no fenders, nothing. He's just kind of intimidating him a little bit, so he moves up and he goes to the inside. That does look like David Gervais is taking position from, looks like that would be the 54 of Mark Love. It looks like everybody. Mark might have some problems. So we got a spin around 94 here. Sean Hustler, he caught a little bit of the rear end of Sean Hustler and lost a little front end control. Went around. Luckily for Jay Felton, he got through that pretty clean. He might have caught a little bit of that fender. Well, that takes away that gap that Stephen West and Robbie Oddie had over Andrew Melvin. When we get back to a restart, we've got to see how quickly this gap happens again, if it happens again. I guarantee you Robbie Oddie is going to be ready. Stephen West, we're going to do some pit stops. Let's go to our leader. Stephen West was 74, and that Frank's red hot paint scheme. They got to make these pit stops clean. You can't miss your pit box. You can't slide through it. That will cost you. It looks like this is a clean stop for Stephen West. He's going to get all 4 tires a full tank of fuel. Tires are very important. You can heat them up fairly quickly here. And he makes it out. Stephen West, 74, makes it out clean. And I think Bobby Audience in the 44 came out second. Let's watch as they come back around. I don't believe anybody would have stayed out. Does appear like Brian Johnson either stayed out or he risked it and only took 2 tires on that pit stop. We have Brian Johnson is pitting right now, but we do have Kenny Powell on the 24 is going to risk it to stay out and see what he can do. Surprisingly, we are at lap 51 and everybody is on the lead lap. They had nobody had went down the lap yet. Even with the cautions and with the damage that we had to get fixed, nobody went a lap down. I have a sneaky feeling that Mr. Kenny Powell is running a tire and fuel economy race here. He's trying to see how long he can go without having to stop. Is it going to be a benefit or is it going to be a hinder? We'll find out on this restart. If he doesn't spin those tires, he may be all right. Now he's got Stephen West on the outside. We want to also mention that this race is only allowed 4 sets of tires. So we might be Kenny Powell, maybe waiting to use his other sets. Now we go green, and Kenny looks like he got a slow start, but again, we have Stephen West and Michael Eames on the outside. We had some spinning of the tires. So I think those old tires for Mr. Kenny Powell did not help him at all. But we do have another caution. He'll get another chance. Let's take a look at that. I believe it involves Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson and Sean Hustler. Take a look. play and see what we got. Oh yeah, definitely Chris Johnson went around here. So let's see if he had a little help from Sean Huffman. No, it looks like Mr. Johnson, he just got a little bit rambunctious. He might have caught the rear end of Andrew Mill. And he went around, but definitely there was some contact that caused the 86 of Douglas Carlson to catch the rear end of Chris Johnson. Well, now we have this strange field. We kind of moved it around a little bit. We still have our normal Stephen West, Michael Eames, Robbie Yachty, Mount Feaster, and David Gervais up here with Jay Felt catching up. We have a fuel mileage monger up here named Kenny Powell. He's going to try to run fuel mileage and tire game. See if it plays out for him. But on that restart, you can tell that he's got a little older tires than everybody else. Grip is not there. He's still going to stay out. Kenny Powell is not going to go in. He's going to try to run it one more time to see if this helps him. But with everybody else having fresher tires, they might run all over him. Definitely Michael Eames in that fancy Monster Energy paint scheme in the 988. He is looking to get up there in second place because he don't want Stephen West in 74 to get that far ahead. Let's not count out Kenny Powell. He may have an old trick up his sleeve, and he may get up there. He's traveling on them old tires. I think we'll go. We got one more lap, and we'll go green again. We should start this race back at lap 60. That'll leave us with 190 laps. I believe we're on caution 3 or 4, President. We're averaging about 15 laps caution. Oh, Kenny Powell's going to start on the outside this time. It sort of put a little bit of a hindrance on that outside line. He's got Robbie Yachty right behind him. And here we go. Kenny Powell he got a fairly good jump that time. Kenny Powell is using them old tires. And he is. He's going on the outside. He's going to let some of them by. We got 3 wide with David Gervais, Robbie Yachty, Kenny Powell. I think Kenny Powell, he got drifted back there a little bit, shuffled to the back. And we have Stephen West is now up to a half a second gap between him in second place, 988 of Michael Eames. And Rob Yachty's in third, but he is staying with Michael. He would like to get up there and battle for the lead. The gap from first to third now is only less than a half a second. And it looks like Stephen West got a little squirrely on that lead there. And Michael Eames is going to jump all over that and take advantage of it. All seem to be running the same line here, nose to tail. And that would be, looks like our fuel mileage monger Kenny Powell has landed back in the 10th position. He is staying there pretty comfortable. So if he can just ride it out here, and he's betting on there to be another caution in about 10-15 laps, and then he'll be able to stop and get some tires, and he'll be on fresher tires. Stephen West is not able to pull away that amazingly 2-second gap from second place as he did previously. Michael Eames and Robbie Yachty are not letting him get away that easy this time. They are staying right with him. Less than a half a second between first and second, and less than a half a second between second and third. Well, it's like all the way up to the 8th position. Every driver is a half a second behind the driver, the car in front of them. So they are staying within a half a second gap of each other here. Nobody's pushing the envelope. They do not want to be the one that ends up in the back of the wreck. Does look like Stephen West is kind of a little concerned with Michael Eames sitting here in second place, because as he comes off of turn 2, he kind of gets squirrely. So he may be pushing it a little bit. Or he may have got himself a bad set of rubber underneath that. Yeah. There goes Stephen West. Oh, that caution was a benefit to Stephen West as Michael Eames took the lead from him, because he lost it coming into that turn. Michael Eames was on the inside, and then a caution happened. That helped Stephen. He was probably going to go back more than 4 or 5 positions. Let's find out what that wreck was all about. Let's go back and look, and it looks like the accident might involve the 34 of Rob Melnick. And it does. It does indeed. It involves the 34 of Rob Melnick and the 14 of Corey Walton. Looks like Corey had a little real estate. And looks like Corey had a little real estate, and Rob Melnick wanted it. And he wasn't going to give it to him, so he took it. He got underneath him, he got him loose, and spun him around. And Rob came out of that fairly clean. Fairly clean. That was the old intimidator move right there. He just got in there. You're not going to let me have it nice. I'll just take it from the move. It looks like Rob doesn't have any damage on that 34, because he is not hitting pit road. So he just got underneath him a little bit, got him squirrely. I'm going around. I didn't really see any contact. But, let's see, Kenny Powell. Did Kenny Powell in 24 do a pit stop? I think he just might have. He had learned that those fresh tires everybody else had were beneficial. But it might have also been the time, because we are at lap 74. We have went 15 laps. And now he is on almost 15 lap fresher tires in the majority of the field. And again, we only get 4 sets of tires this whole race. So he may be bringing them out. That's an average of roughly about 60 laps on the tires. A little over 60. We got 250 laps here, so we got to do 62 and a half. So Kenny Powell might have exactly did what everybody else should have done. He went and took tires at lap 73. So he's on schedule to have fresher tires in the majority of the field at the end of it. So good count for him. Green flag. Let's go back to the front of the field. And we have, oh, it looks like 7 of Jay Felton. He just plowed him in the rear end. It's like Robbie. I don't know what he was thinking, but he got a heck of a run. He was moving. We have some lap cars sitting up in front there. It looks like I don't see. I'm showing in the lead is the 988 of Michael Eames. In second place is the 44 of Robbie. Third place is the 5 of David Gervais. And fourth is the Stephen West in 74. Looks like Robbie, he might have a little damage to the rear end of that car from that contact that happened a little earlier when the 7 got. I think he forgot which one was the brake and which one was the gas. But we do have a sneaker up here. We have Tommy Amos in 28. He's got to the front of this field. He is wanting to stay in that third position, and looks like he's going to do that. Michael Eames in the first. He has got a comfortable, almost 0.8 of a second lead in front of Robbie. And behind Robbie is Tommy Amos in the 28, and he is staying with him. And we are on another caution here on lap 8. Let's see where that accident was. I believe that's going to be in the top 5 and 6 of the field. Well, originally I had thought that was involving one of the top 10 drivers, but I do not see it. But I do believe David Gervais was involved in this. So let's take a peek and see if we can find out. I'm on lap 79 here. We're going to watch David Gervais in the 5 car and see if he got any damage from anything here. Looks like he got a little loose. And Stephen West behind him is trying to get back up to the front here. Coming to lap 80. Caution is out. I do not believe that it involved anybody in their top 5 and 6. Can't seem to find a wreck. This might have been another one of the 24 Kenny Powell's tricks. He might have threw something out the window and a caution came out. He's trying to get back up to the front. The longer he can keep them on them old tires, the happier he's going to be in the long run. Now we have a different leader up here. We got Michael Eames and Robbie. Let's see how they're going to restart this race. Michael Eames can get a nice lead in front of Robbie in the 44. With Tommy Amos, the silent, deadly warrior in that 28, came up through the field, snuck his way up in here. He may have something for him. But it does look like Robbie is missing some rear bumper. Don't know if that's going to have much of an effect. We will find out. It might give Tommy Amos the right edge to get his front bumper inside that rear bumper and send Robbie for a little bit of a twirly whirl. We will see. So we have Michael Eames is going to start on the inside. Robbie is going to start on the outside. David Gervais is starting on the outside with Amos on the inside. Let's see how this restart goes. Michael Eames in 988 slowly gets a jump there, and he got a good jump. And it looks like Tommy Amos is not battling on the outside with David Gervais in 5. Is he going to be able to pull it off? It does not look so, because David lost a little gumption there. And we have yet another caution. We have another caution. Let's find out who this involved here this time. Maybe we can find this record. This looks like it involves two G&G racing buddies here. Looks like it's a 24 of Kenny Powell. And once again, we got Rob Melnick. Rob is probably going to try to win his way up to the front by wrecking everybody in front of him here. That's one way to race. Let's see here. Let's see what involved. Kenny Powell and Rob Melnick. Kind of looks like Rob may not have the ability to, because he is either sitting by pit road by choice or he is not running. Oh, there he gets it fired back up. He gets it fired back up, and it looks like Rob Melnick is in the pits. He might have a little damage there. Looks like our strategist, Kenny Powell, did not plan on that happening. We've had 7 cautions for 31 laps, 4 lead changes. 4 lead changes, 7 cautions. That's averaging about 12 laps and a caution between cautions. So this could be a long night. If we keep that up, we should break 20 cautions. Yeah, I'm seeing Rob Melnick. He's like sitting there for a while, so he must have some heavy damage. Looks like Kenny Powell's got a little damage, but just like his tires, he's going to see how long he can stay out without getting fixed. That's Kenny Powell. Hasn't looked like front end damage Kenny Powell got. Looks like that hood of that number 24 G&G racing machine, Kenny Powell, is crunched right up. Sponsors on the front of that Kenny Powell 24 car. Right at this moment, with the way that hood looks, I think a good sponsor for him would be Ruffles Potato Chips, because it looks like his front fender and hood are ruffled. Oh, it looks like the back end's a little wavy too. He has got front and back damage. And Kenny Powell is taking the wave around. He's going to take the wave around and he's hopefully get back on the lead lap here. We only have one car that's presently showing a lap down, and that's Oscar Jensen in the 47. And here we go. Let's go back up to the front. We have a good jump again from Michael Eames, but Robbie Yachty staying right on him, and Tommy Amos is not letting him get away. But here comes Stephen Weston at 74. He is wanting that position away from Tommy Amos, and he gets it. But Tommy, no, he doesn't get it. He gets that from Jay Felt. So they're all staying nose to tail, but Robbie Yachty looking like he wants to try to sneak on the outside of Mike Eames in that 988 car. Here goes Stephen West on the inside of Tommy Amos in 28, in position away from him, and he does get third. So now Stephen West in 74 moves up into third. And wow, what a surprise. 4 laps in, we have another caution. Let's see who else joins the hit list here and who caused this wreck. Please, Lord, let it not be Kenny Powell in 24, Rob Melnick in a 34. Find out where that caution was. Looks like this time this wreck might be involving 86 of Douglas Carlson and 14 of Corey Walton. Find out. It certainly does. It looks like the 14 of Corey Walters got just a little bit of that bumper. The 86 of Douglas Carlson, and that rear end slid right around. And Douglas said, "I'm not moving until you back up. You're not going to get my position." So Douglas still retains his position in the 19th spot here. And it looks like the back of this pack is a dangerous place to be. So these leaders better not, they better slow down. They don't want to get to the back of that pack. Go back up to the front here, and Mike Eames at 988. See what our top 5 looks like as we speak. We've got Michael Eames in the 988 in the lead here. Second place would be Robbie Otti. Third place is Stephen West in 74. Fourth place is Jay Felt. Fifth place is Brian Johnson. Where did my Tommy Amos, Tommy, end up way back here in 14th position? Maybe he had to stop for tires. Where are some of these heavy hitters sitting? We've got Kenny Powell. He's still back there, and he's kind of silently waiting. I wonder if he's still planning on that tire and fuel mileage. I don't know what kind of fuel mileage he's going to get with that crinkled up front hood. Get back up to the front and see David Gervais is still riding up there, looking like he's pretty clean in that number 5 car. And he's sitting in 7th position. 8th would be Andrew Melvin in 37. 9th would be Jeffrey Smith in the 96. And top 10 would be Stephen Hustler in the 94. And that is our top 10. Let's get ready to go green, see if we can get Michael Eames and Robbie Otti. Again, we've got Robbie's got no rear end here. He's whole, you can see his gas tank. So I don't think it's affecting him at all because he seems like he's still got some speed to him. But Stephen West is sitting on the inside right behind Michael Eames in that 74. He led most of his laps, so he wants to break back up there. Looks like Robbie Otti is going to try to get the high line and get in front of Michael Eames in that 988, and he's going to stick it to him. He's hanging with him side by side. Michael Eames is on the inside in that 988. Robbie Otti slides right in the middle. Behind them, and it's Tyler Clough, the 21, and Brian Johnson in the 4. Looks like they got to look together for a position. And we look at this. We just talked about getting the lead, and what happens? Somebody threw a potato chip bag out there, and Robbie Otti said, "Not good." Let's see if Robbie got a little help from anybody. They didn't go around. He doesn't have a rear bumper, so I don't know what you have to do to help him much. Let's see if that 988 had anything to do with Robbie Otti taking a little spin around here. Kind of looks like Michael Eames on the back of him. Yeah, he doesn't. Michael Eames kind of forgot about holding his line, but Robbie came down. Neither one of them decided they want to hold their lines. And that kind of ended bad for Robbie Otti. But the good news is, so far, Robbie Otti led a lap. So there's always an upside to this. That is not any way to make friends with Michael Eames in that 988 car. Robbie Otti will remember you. He can't take much more of a beating. He's already got no rear bumper. But with that in mind, we've got Stephen West in that 74 back up in 2nd position. He might return the favor to you, Mr. Eames. Robbie Yachty's probably on the chat with him right now, asking him could he help him with a rear bumper. I would be very cautious and make sure how I start this race. And of course, we have Jay Felton, the impatient one that started earlier. He just starts crashing his way through the field. So he's coming up. I expect to see some rear end damage from him coming soon here. Got to watch out for him, Mr. Stephen West. He likes rear bumpers. He's going to go green next time by for another 5 or 6 laps. Let's see. We are halfway through almost this race. In about 3 more cautions, we'll be halfway through. This could be a record. We've already had 9 cautions. Almost half of this race has been ran under caution. I think the pace car, he's not going to turn them lights on. He is just going to stay out. He figures you guys keep bringing me out here every 5 or 6 laps. I'm going to race this race with you. Let's go. Let's see if the light goes off this time. Top of the pace car. Is it going to go off? And it does. We are going to go green. Michael Eames got a nice jump there, a nice jump. And Jay Felton, he got right behind him, but it looks like Stephen West is going to go to the inside. Oh, Stephen West is trying to pay back Jay Felton with a little bumper there. Michael Eames is loving the action behind him as long as it stays behind him because he has a comfortable half a second lead presently. If he can get those guys battling behind him, he will be fine. And here comes Tyler Pluff. Remember, Tyler was involved in that wreck in that 21 car earlier. Remember, race, one of the 9 cautions we've had. I think he's in caution number 1. He's learned his lesson, and he's back up in the top 4 in the 21 car. Tyler Pluff working his way to the front. Michael Eames is slowly stepping away from him. He wants to see the battle going on between Jay Felton and Stephen West right behind him. And look, here we go. We have yet another caution, caution number 10. We were lucky enough to go 3 laps or 4 laps that time. Let's see who caused that. I'm going to say here to the back of this field because that's usually where it's at. Back of the field. Let's see what goes on back here. Kind of looks like the 96 of Jeffrey Smith and the 54 of Mark Love. Mark Love gave him a little bit of love. We got to the inside, Mark Love did in the 54, and it looks like Jeffrey Smith said, I'm not going to move down, and he went around. Luckily, there was only 2 cars involved in that, because that could have been a real death for Tommy Amos. It's like he snuck by that whole thing. Well, we have Cecil Keith has moved his way. You remember Cecil Keith last week? I think Cecil took and set the record for having, I think, like 62 flips on the front stretch of that last race we had last week. He just kept flipping and flipping. We lost count and just estimated. But Cecil Keith is in the 11th position now in that 33 car. Let's hope he can keep all 4 tires on the ground and not pointing to the air. Amos in at 28, he's worked himself back up in the 9th, right behind Sean Huffler in the 94 car. He's in 8th. David Gervais is staying up there close to the top 5 as he can get. He is in 6th. Andrew Melvin has snuck his way up in a 37, up to 5th position. And again, Tyler Bluff worked his way back up into 4th. Stephen West is staying pretty close to the front there in 3rd in the number 74 car. We have Jake Felton in number 7 in 2nd place with our leader, current leader, is Michael Eames in 988. And it looks like we do have 20 cars on the lead lap still. We still have 20 cars in the lead lap. And in the top 10, we have 2 Toyotas and 8 Chevrolets. We have some Fords in this race, but they are sitting way back in 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. They are all riding together. Now that's team sportsmanship right there. All makes and models, they got to stick together. We have Toyota. It's in 3rd place, and it's Stephen West. Oh, it looks like we have a Toyota that joined the Fords in the back, and that's Mr. Kenny Powell. Here we go. We started this race up again here, and we have got the 7 of Jay Felton. He is on the outside of Stephen West in 74, and Stephen West is not going to give it up easy, but we have Tyler Bluff in that 21 car. He's sneaking up there, he thinks. He backs off after he sees the battle between Jay Felton. And here we go. We actually went 1 lap that time. We got another caution. Which is this caution? 11, 12. We're going to do more green flag laps soon. Let's see what caused that wreck here. I think that was the cause of a checkup. Let's see. Let's find out what happened in the back of this field. It might have been a misstart in the race here. Somebody might have missed a gear or spun their tires or something. Let's find out. This has been an eventful race. There has been 11 cautions so far, and I do not think these guys are over. Can we break 20 cautions in a single race? Yeah, that's quite a possibility. We are more than halfway there. These drivers are either getting very impatient, and they still have over half the race left. And we've already got 10 or 11 cautions under our belt. See if we're going to go green next time by. And we still have Michael Eames in the 988 staying up front. He wants no part of that mess that's going on behind him. And Stephen West wants his leader's position back, so he's going to start on the outside. And if we can remember, Stephen West gets great jumps restarts. So this ought to be a very interesting start. And let's look forward to going 5 green flag laps this time. So if we can do more than 5, we're going to set a record in this race. I think pace car is in. Looks like Michael Eames on the inside. He's going to get a jump. And he does. He gets a jump. He gets a jump for Stephen West, and that's 74. Stephen falls right into second place. He's gonna. We have got Chase Belton that came out of nowhere. Thought he was going somewhere, but ended up going back. And that number 7 car, he came up real fast and then had to slow it way down. We lost about 3 positions. And joining us in the top 5 now is going to be Mr. David Gervais. David Gervais is now in the 4th position at number 5 car. Andrew Melvin in the 37 car is now in 3rd. And he's still, looks like Stephen West gave a little bit of a tap from Michael Eames to let him know I'm still here, and if you mess up, I'm going to be in front of you. They are battling pretty rough there for the lead. Stephen West wants it back. No, here we went. How did I say 5 laps? We did. We went 5 laps, and we got a caution. David Gervais, it looks like, was involved in that wreck. Let's find out what happened with Mr. David. Looks like David ended up being the victim here. And it looks like that was involved with Andrew Melvin. It looks like that might have involved more than just David. That looks like that might have involved a little of the 38 car. Yeah, I kind of believe that does involve 38 right behind Andrew Melvin. Looks like the 38 might have gotten the back of Andrew Melvin a little bit here. Oh, no, never mind. It was a heck of a pile up. Yeah, looks like the back of the field here got a little impatient. Looks like David, he got loose all by himself. He broke loose in that number 5. He broke loose in 37. Tried to check up Andrew Melvin, and it just didn't happen. He tried to stay low, and from there on, everybody started piling into each other. There goes the ruffles of Kenny Powell. He just got more ruffled. These guys are just wearing out their equipment here, and that's never going to be good. Never going to be good. We got David Gervais who's going to come in the pit road and get some of that damage fixed. No, he did not. He's going to leave without a front bumper. He wants to get all the air to the front end of that because he can get it. But we do have Kenny Powell, who's back up there with Kyle Feenstra. Kenny Powell is now sitting in 2nd. So somebody might have stopped. Kenny Powell is not. We have got Kyle Feenstra now, looks like is reporting as the leader in the 38 car with Kenny Powell in the Ruffles 24. He's in 2nd. Chris Johnson in the 99 looks like he's coming in 3rd. And Mark Love in the 54 is in 4th. Oscar Jensen is 5th. In the he is in the 47. Tyler Plot or Sean Huffslow 6th. This is a whole different front end here now. We got a whole different front of the field. Let's see if we can keep it that way. Some of these guys are thinking, I don't want to be in the back. That's where everybody's hitting everybody. But it does appear everybody that's been hitting everybody is now in the front. So let's see how this turns. This could be really messy. We've got Kyle Feimster gets a great lead, and he is trying to get away from the 24 ruffles of Kenny Powell. Kenny's not letting him get away, and neither is Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson's standing right on the bumper. But they are battling. It looks like Mark Love wants to give a little rear end bumper love to Chris Johnson. 99 car. He is all over him. Like Kyle Feimster, he's getting a great lead right there. Wow! Now Chris Johnson got a little loose, and looks like Mark showed him no love and went around him in that 54. And now we got the 47 of Oscar Jensen is trying to go to the outside. Chris Johnson for 5th position, and it's battle for 4th and 5th. They are battling side by side. They are standing side by side. One of them has got to give, or the other one's going to take. And they're not giving. That's piling them up behind the 4th and 5th here. So we have a battle. It looks like Oscar Jensen might have cleared him. Oh, they're still not clear. He comes down. Oh, here we go with another caution. This is caution 12. Caution number 12 at 137. We have just made it halfway. We're at caution 12. So, see who that involved. Looks like that may have been a single car incident. That looks like it belongs to the 96 once again, Jeffrey Smith. So he might have. I think Jeffrey Smith was involved in a caution before when he turned left and forgot to turn back straight on the backstretch. This time he turned left. And he forgot to check up with the car in front of him. And no, it looks like the 21. It looks like the 21 of Tyler Clough. He was just pounding the rear. Let's see what car was in front of him. He just, I don't know if the caution came out, he just plowed into the rear of him. But looks like he was pounding the rear end here. Yes, he was pounding Corey Walter's rear end in that 14 car. He was just giving it to him, everything he's got. That Tyler Clough, just giving it to him. Got to slow it down there, Tyler. You're going to have to use some of them Snap-on Tool sponsorship to take care of that 14 Castro car. You're going to have to repair that. But in front of them, looks like was Andrew Melvin. And Andrew Melvin's got a very clear front end. It's really clear, or he has got no front end. No, he has got no front end. He got nothing but radiator and looks like suspension parts showing in the front end. What's holding the hood down? I don't know. This is like a big demolition derby. These guys are just beating the mess out of their cars. May the best car win. We're not in this strategy here. May the best car that lasts win. That's the strategy. So somehow we have Kyle Feimster on the pole, or in the lead right now, and then we have Kenny Powell's in that Ruffles 24. He is in 2nd place. We've got two. The front row consists of the G&G Racing boys right now. Let's see how long that's going to last. As we go back to green here again, for hopefully longer than 4 laps. Kyle Feimster in that 38 car. His car looks somewhat clean. It's got no rear end, no rear bumper, but half the field has no rear bumper, so we shouldn't have a problem with that. We got Kenny Powell on the outside. Kenny Powell does have a rear bumper, but he's got a crinkled front end. So together, Kyle Feimster and Kenny Powell, they can make a whole brand new car. All right, Kyle gets a nice jump in front of Kenny Powell. Kenny Powell jumps into 2nd position. He's going to hold it there, but we've got Mark Love behind him. Mark has shown nobody love all night long. Kenny Powell, I think he's purposely gave that second and third spot away. So Mark Love moves into second. Looks like Oscar Jensen in the 47 moves into third. And Kenny Powell is taking that Ruffles potato chip 24, taking it back in field. He wants no part of that lead up there. Kyle Keemster better watch out because Mark Love on his hood, it says full send. It says full send racing. I don't know if full sends mean I will fully send you around if I get to your bumper or what that means. But he is coming for him. Oh, he caught, oh, there, he's not coming for him for long because Mark caught a little bit of that apron, and that's not a forgiving apron. Once you catch it, it will let you know it's there. So Mark Love moves back. Kenny Powell moves back up into third position. Looks like Mark Love is going right up there and going to give Mr. Kenny Powell a little love tap if Kenny Powell doesn't move out of the way and let him by. Kenny is going to graciously let him go by. And he does. He doesn't want anybody ruffling any more of his feathers. He's letting you go by. But we've got cars behind him. There we go. Caution 13. Let's see who is involved in this wreck. Let's see what brought out the caution. Let's see what here. It looks kind of like our previous leader in this race, Michael Eames. How did he ever get to the back? Did he have to go use the restroom or something? How did he get back? It looks like he caught a little bit of unfriendly love from, I think, Robbie Oddie. It might be Robbie Oddie in the 44. Give Mike Eames a little bit of, you don't have room down here. He did. He gave him a little bit of that bumper. He said, not today. Yeah, it's pinching me. He spun him around. So this is anybody's race at this moment, folks. It's anybody's race. Half the cars are wrecked. Some cars I would have thought would have won already here, sitting on pit road. We have, there's only 18 people on the lead lap. Jeffrey Smith in the 96 is 3 laps down. And we have got Douglas Carlson in the 86 is 13 laps down out of the race. Rob Melvin in the 34 car is also out of the race, 63 laps down. So we've only got solid 18 drivers on the lap here, and some of these drivers were up there in the lead at one time. And now we've changed positions. This race could be anybody's race. If you're patient, you don't have to be fast here, apparently. And you don't have to have a whole car to win this race, apparently. Because half these folks don't have front fenders, front bumpers, and the only thing they got is window nets. I don't know what they got holding down these hoods. I want to say some of these folks have used up all their tires already. I'm almost willing to bet we have got less than 100 laps left, just shy of 100 laps left, and some of these guys have got no tires left. You cannot make it 90 plus laps on a single set of tires. The air will start slowly releasing. Let's see if I can find a clean car out there. Yes, it's the pace car. The pace car has yet to be hit or hit anything. It is the only car on the track right now that has not been involved in an accident. We have to give it to the pace car driver. He has done an exceptionally great job tonight, and he's on overtime because I know he didn't expect to wake up this morning and run 100 laps around this track. And we're back to green. And we're going to go, thought we were going to go 3 wide there for a minute. But we have got Mark Love and Kyle Feimster in the front there. They were battling for a minute. And we have got Oscar Jensen. Looks like in 47. He wants that position, second place away from Mark Love. And Mark does not want to give it up so easily. Oh, Kyle Feimster, Mark Love is right on that bumper. And on the front of his hood, it says full send. Now, be cautious. I think he will fully send you around in a circle. So, it does look like you have Oscar Jensen is contending for second place. He's fighting with Mr. Mark Love, and he is showing him no love. They are side by side, and he takes it. That flying arrows went right through the field. And we have got 99 of Chris Johnson. He is coming up with Jay Felton. And we know Jay Felton, if he wants it, he's going to get it, even if you don't want to give it to him. He's going to push his way to the front. And we're side by side there. Jay Felton and Chris Johnson for 4th and 5th. And it looks like he's going around in a circle. That's not a good start, Jay. That's not a good way to get to the front, Jay. That's a good way to get to the back and in the garage. So we're at caution 13. Or is this 14? Oh, I'm trying to give these drivers a lot of credit. I was just told this is caution number 15. This is caution 15 at 158 laps. That means presently the car that's done the most laps in this race is officially the pace car. We have done 15 cautions. We have 6 lead changes, 7 lead changes. These folks that I would have put money on. I'm glad I didn't. Times are tough. I need to lose money. These guys are really making me question what in the world is going on. We got Mark Love went back out there and got into new rubber. I think he is on his last set of tires. We don't have to look back and see, but I think he might be running on his last set of tires. And it's not a good thing when you've got, 90 laps left. Feimster is staying up front, staying away from everybody, and he has gotten out the straight fender on that race scout. Folks, Kyle Feimster in the 38 is in the lead. He's going to start this green flag, restart back up, and try to outrun second place. Oscar Jensen in the 47. We have Chris Johnson in the 99. He's running third. And Robbie Oddie is right back up here with us in the 44. And Kenny Powell, the Ruffles 24. He's up here in the 5th position. And here we go back to green. Let's see if Kyle Feimster on the outside can get a nice start. Oh, and it looks like it was almost another caution. But it looks like, here we go. We have got Robbie Oddie. He's coming out here. He took second place away from Oscar Jensen. I don't think Oscar was too happy about that. But it looks like Robbie Oddie is going to be battling real bad here with Mr. Kyle Feimster in the 38. I think Robbie's going to be patient, though. He's not going to push the envelope because he doesn't want to be in the back of that field again. So he's going to let Kyle use his equipment up. Looks like Kyle did a little bit of front sliding there. And here goes caution number 16 with 164 on lap 164. Let's find out what that caution involved. Well, we know it wasn't the pace car because the pace car just came out, so we're good there. Kind of looked like we might have had. I'm hearing that the 14 of Corey Walters might have been involved in that somehow, some way. Let's go back and take a peek. Yes, it does look like that. David Gervais got into the back end of the 14 and kind of give him a little assistance about how to go around in the circle. This race may be called. It may be decided by who's got the most fenders still left on their car. This is not going to be a checkered flag finish crossing the checkered. This might be decided by body panels here, folks, because these guys are thinking this is maybe a demolition derby. But we still have Kyle Feimster in the lead. We've got Rabiotti in that 44 won that lead for Kyle Feimster. And they're both part of, looks like G&G Racing. But let's not count out that 74, Stephen West, who pretty much led a good chunk of this field and was a dominated car 13 cautions ago. Looks like we got some wave around traffic that's got to work its way through. We're getting ready to go back green, and let's see how this thing shapes out. It's anybody's race. I'm telling you, if that 28 of Tommy Amos would just slowly keep himself away from everybody else, he stands a very good chance of winning because he may just be the last car on the racetrack. Here we go. We're going to go, this like green this time. Are we going green next time? Green this time. Pace car is going to be in. Is Rabiotti going to get enough of a jump to get in front of Kyle Feimster and try to outrun those wrecking machines behind him? Let's see. We've got the front row of G&G Racing. 1 and 2. Rabiotti, Kyle Feimster. Looks like Kyle Feimster got a great jump there. And he's going to get followed right into turn 1. The Rabiotti in that 44. And they're going to be battling the 47 and the 74. I thought I was dyslexic there for a minute. I've seen double digits, but they're just the same number, just a different sequence. But we do have the 4 back there. He's wanting to knock off that number 7 or knock off a. And if he knocks a 7 off, they'll all have number 4s. He is coming up. Brian Johnson's not afraid to push a bumper. And here we go. There is another caution. And just like always, we're at lap 171 with caution 17. I predicted this is going to be a 20 caution race, and it's going to be a 20 caution race. The only way that's not going to happen is if we call this race right now. Well, the good news is that Jeffrey Smith in a 96 car, he's now only in 1 lap down. He may make it back on the lead lap. I am doing everything I can, ladies and gentlemen, to find a car that hasn't been involved in a wreck in the last 3 cautions. Oh, I found one. That was Rob Melnick. Rob Melnick in the 34, and that's only because he was out of the race. That is the only one that's not been involved in a wreck the past 20 laps. And we have got a few. Now, Cecil Keith, I believe, has stayed pretty clean. Let's take a look at Cecil Keith's car in that 33. He's got that Budweiser or that Bud Light car. His rear bumper's pushed in, so he has gotten some attention from another driver. But his front end looks pretty clean on that Toyota Camry. It's kind of hard to tell Cecil Keith's numbers. He needs to get a little brighter numbers out there. Those black numbers, they kind of blend in when he's on pit road. But that Bud Light Toyota, Cecil Keith is impressively, it's made it more than halfway through the race, and it's still on all 4 of its wheels, and it's still going straight. Great job, Cecil. Great job. Let's go back to the front, as we probably are going to go green this time by. We've got Robbie Yachty and Kyle Feimster on the front row. Again, to start this race, we're going to give Stephen West and Oscar Jensen another chance to get up there in the lead. Once this restart goes by, we're going to start just half a turn, and we're going to go back green, and we're going to do 4 laps, and there will be another caution. We've got Tommy Amos and Kenny Powell sneaking up there. It's like they're 5th and 6th. I wouldn't want to be Oscar Jensen and Stephen West at this time because they are surrounded by G&G Racing. 74 and 47, they have got no hope here. G&G Racing is coming up. He got a nice leap right in front of Kyle Feimster this time by. He took the lead, and he is slowly pulling away. But it does look like Stephen West is 74, and that Frank's hot sauce, he's coming up. Wow, I predicted 5, and we went 4 laps. We are doing better, guys. We're doing better. That's that lap. That's caution 17, or is that caution 18? I have lost count. I really do feel bad for the race car driver, as I really know that he's probably was wanting to eat a hot dog or something before another caution came out, but he's just not getting the opportunity. Let's look at the drivers who have taken their cars to the garage. We have Corey Walters in the 14. He's taking his car to the garage. Douglas Carlson in the 86 is taking his car to the garage. And Rob Melnick in the 34 is also taking his car to the garage. Presently, we have 18 cars on the lead lap. And congratulations, Jeffrey Smith. You made it back onto the lead lap. On the front row, we have a Chevrolet of Robbie Yachty in the 44, a Chevrolet of Kyle Feimster in the 38, and we have a Toyota in 3rd position. That's Stephen West in 74. And then we have a Ford, the 47 of Oscar Jensen is mixed up. It's the top 4, kind of a jumble of different manufacturers up here. See if we're going to go green this time by again, and if Kyle Feimster is going to let Robbie Yachty take the lead from him again, or if Kyle Feimster is going to battle it. And let's not forget Stephen West, that hot rod that was up front for the longest time, almost 2 seconds in the beginning of this race, is in third position in that 74 car, and I'm sure he wants back up there because we have less than 70 laps to go. Less than 70 laps and 5 more cautions to go, and this race will be over. Tightening it up a little bit. We're going to go green next time by. And we have Jay Felton, the number 7, is snuck back up there in the 7th position, and he is going to ride on the outside of Tommy Amos in the 6th position. Oh, looks like Robbie Yachty might have jumped the start. It looks like Stephen West was just pounding the rear of Kyle Feemster. And it looks like Kyle Feemster goes around and he's going to take out a good chunk of people. Oh, yeah, that was a very big wreck. That was really a big one here. Kind of looks like that might have been some payback. Yeah, it looks like Stephen West has came up and he got into the rear bumper. No, it does appear. It does look like Oscar Jensen just kind of pinched. He just pinched Feemster down. Looks like he pinched him down. And it looks like Kyle Feemster just got in there a little bit too much on that turn. And he caught a little bit of that braking problem there that everybody's been having and slid right into Oscar Jensen and went right around. Doesn't look like Oscar Jensen got a lot of damage from that, but it did take out a good bunch of cars behind him. Because we do have, he caught the front end of Stephen West. And right behind Stephen West is the Ruffles Kenny Powell in that 24 car. There's been a good chunk of people. Yes, there's been a good chunk of drivers that have been taken out. He's going to be brought into the pit road for some repairs. And during that caution, Jay Felton, all by himself, decided he was going to try to spin around. And he goes around. So even during caution, we're still spinning around and hitting stuff. We're not even waiting for a green flag race. We're just doing it whenever we can, whenever we get the opportunity. Hitting whoever we can. Looks like we had some cars that had tried to avoid that wreck by using the pit lane. And you got to avoid them at all costs. Look who we have up here in third. Mr. Tommy Amos once again in that 28, silently sneaking up. Told you if he would just stay by himself, mind his own business, he could win this race by default. By everybody else's fault. Now we have Robbie Yachty and Oscar Jensen. Robbie Yachty is in 44. He is on the front line of this train. And Oscar Jensen is coming up second. But I do see Robbie Yachty looks like he has pretty close to all his fenders. Yes, he's got a rear end. He's got a front end. He's got some fenders. He's got a little bit of damage, but not as much as some of the other drivers in this field right now. And we have 60 laps to go. How many cautions are left in us? I'm going to guess we've got 4 more cautions left in us. Robbie Yachty slides up just a little bit to let Oscar know he's there, and he gets a nice good lead. But then Stephen West comes on the outside. Tommy Amos looks like we're going to go 3 wide. Tommy got a little bit impatient. He got a little impatient. He said, I don't have the front end, but I'm going to push you out of the way. And that ended up catching the 5 of David Gervais. So we have to caution. We have to caution this race up. .47 of Oscar Jensen has got substantial front end damage in that Flying Arrows car. That was a competitive car there for a minute. Oh, he's got a lot of damage. Looks like he is going to ride behind the pace car to see if he can't get him a wave around. We've almost got 200 laps in. That means 50 laps to go. And I think we have met our 20 caution quota for the race. We have went so far 193 laps, and 100 of those have been under caution. And it looks like the 47 has taken his car to the garage. Oscar Jensen has called it a day. He has got some excessive damage there. Kyle Feemster is now 7 laps down. He was leading this race earlier. He is in the 38. I think he's got some damage there. Let's take a look. Kyle has got some excessive damage. He is on pit road trying to get his crew to fixing that vehicle up so he can at least finish the race. Now we'll go back to the front of this field and let's take a peek here. We've got Robbie Oddie is in leading once again in the 44 car. We have Tommy Amos in the 28 car. Is in second. Stephen West, who again had the most of the laps earlier on in this race. He's in third position. Brian Johnson in number 4 is in fourth. Tyler Fluff is in fifth in 21. 6 is Jay Felton in number 7. Sean Hustler in 94. He is in 8th. Chris Johnson is now sitting in 9th. And then Kenny Powell is sitting in 24. Kenny Powell is sitting in 10th in the 24. And that is our top 10. I think we're going to go green this time by. Let's see what Robbie Oddie and Tommy Amos can do together. Because they got Stephen West and Brian Johnson wanting that lead. Inside line looks like a bunch of modified cars. Looks like the inside line is just modified, and the outside are pickup cars. Open wheel modifieds. Here we go. Robbie Oddie thinks he gets a great lead in front of Tommy Amos. And we've got for Brian Johnson's going to try to make a position. Oh, he caught the wall. The 4 of Brian Johnson caught the wall trying to pass Tommy Amos on the outside. That did not work out for him too well. Stephen West in the 74 is patiently sitting back there and letting Brian Johnson use up his equipment. Jay Felton is also watching this battle go on in front of him and waiting for one of them to happen to make a mistake so he can chip pounce on that and get himself another position. But Robbie Oddie is not using his rear view mirror. He is looking out the front. He's wearing out those tires on that corner, so he is braking really hard. You can't do that much longer. Those tires will give out on you. It will slide. Better start slowing it down and braking a little earlier in this one. have that same problem we seen earlier. Stephen West had. And that back end's going to start wiggling. Speaking of Stephen West in the 74, he is on the bumper of the second place Tommy Amos, who wants that position bad. And we are on another caution. Caution 21. We're doing good. Presently, the last car in the lead lap is Kenny Powell in that number 24. He is in 16th position at the moment. And we have a new leader. We have Tommy Amos is in the lead right now. Stephen West second. Brian Johnson third. Does that mean Robbie Oddie has kicked the pits? It surely does. Robbie Oddie's probably made his very last pit stop. I want to wonder, has anybody taken 5 sets of tires? All these pit stops that are happening, I gotta believe somebody took more tires than they should have. Robbie Oddie comes out. He's right behind Cecil Keith's Bud Light in that 33. Something happens. Looks like Stephen West, 74, is back to the lead. Maybe Tommy Amos has hit the pit road. So now we have on the front row is Stephen West, and Brian Johnson will be on the outside of him or inside, whatever lane Stephen West chooses. He'll be on the opposite side. Jay Feltman, number 7, will be in third. Tyler Clough will be next to him in fourth. Next row back will be Sean Hustler in the 94. Next to him will be Chris Johnson in the 99. Behind Chris Johnson will be Andrew Melvin in the 37 and Craig Johnson in the 83. And I think we're going to go back to green this time out. We'll see how this race rides through here. Let's see if we can make it more than 3 laps without a caution. We've got Stephen West on the inside, Brian Johnson on the outside, and we've got Jay Felton in that number 7. He is pounding the bumper already of Stephen West. And Stephen West just leaves Brian Johnson, but Brian Johnson got a quick gap closure on that, and he's got Jay Felton right behind him with absolutely no front end to help him. And behind him is Tyler Clough, who also has 0 front fender to help push. These front ends are not hindering the ability of Jay Felt and Tyler Clough. They are staying right with the leaders here. They're actually pulling away from 5th place Sean Hustler in the 94. This is shaping out to be a nice green flag front. We can just keep it together, guys. We will put 15 to 20 laps in this race. Let's give the pace car driver a break. He needs to eat. So just keep it clean, guys. Looks like everybody's patient right now in the leads. 74th, Stephen West. And Brian Johnson is comfortable in second place right now. That will probably change as the race goes on. He won't stay so patient. He'll probably get up there because he wants to win this race as bad as everybody else. Presently, we have 16 drivers that have the chance to win this race right now. 16 drivers on the lead lap. Rabbiati, who started back in, I believe, the 9th position, has slowly started working his way up. He is now in 5th. He is coming back towards the front. He's in that 44. He is wanting to get past Tyler Clough. He's working his way slowly, and it looks like Jay Felton has grown impatient. He is wanting that second position, and he's doing everything he can to get Brian Johnson a little squirrely so he can get it. But sitting back there like a vulture in that 21 is Tyler Clough. He's waiting to pounce. He's waiting for those guys to make a mistake in front of him, and he can take the inside line and kill two birds with one stone. And again, Jay Felton, he takes it in there a little bit too hot. Those brakes have been locked up. He's going to end up pushing right into the 4 of Brian Johnson if he's not careful. And I know he does not want to wreck him out. But Tyler Clough got squirrely there coming out of the turn. His front end got a little loose on him. And that gave a chance for Mr. Rabbiati to pounce. Rabbiati is coming up in the 44, and he has taken the 4th position. And he is coming for it. He sees the 7 and the 4 battling in front of him. So the 7 is in the inside of Brian Johnson, number 4, and he's going to try to take it. Rabbiati is right behind the 7, and he's going to push his way through. And 7, Jay Felton clears Brian Johnson easy there. And it looks like Rabbiati is going to do the same thing. But, we've caught the wall. The 7 that just passed by him, took many laps to do it. Jay Felton, he was dropped back to 6th. He got a little loose and dropped way back. And Robbie is going for the second spot, and he takes it. He gets second position away from Brian Johnson. So now Stephen West in the 74 has got a rear mirror full of Robbie Yachty in the 44 is coming up strong. We have got 30 more laps of this. And Robbie Yachty is on fresher tires than Stephen West. Let's keep that in mind because he did stop. There is, from my calculations, there's about 70 lap difference in the tires between Stephen West and Robbie Yachty. That is a huge difference. Robbie should be able to close in fast. And this is going to be the chance for Stephen West to go get him some new rubber underneath that car. If he's got any tires left, he might go on his driver decide to take his 4 sets of tires and has got nothing left. And let's see where that caution came from. I believe that's going to involve our good buddy Cecil Keith in that Bud Light. Let's take a look at that. I think he got involved with David Gervais. Let's take a look. Yes, it looks like David Gervais has got a little tired of following the leader, so he decided he was going to make himself a hole, and he took Cecil Keith and gave him a little bump and run there. Good job, Cecil Keith, for keeping all 4 wheels facing towards the asphalt. I'm seeing that it looks like Kyle Feimster is going to try to get a lap back here. Kyle Feimster is 27 laps down. So there is not a chance that he can get back on the lead lap before this race ends. Yeah, he's going to give it all he got. I mean, anything could happen. We could have another 20 cautions. That's the only good news is we can't. There can only possibly be 8 more cautions in the place. Maximum. So I do not foresee us hitting the 30 cautions in this race. But I do think we are up to 21 or 22 cautions right now. We have ran half of this race under caution. That means the pace car driver has ran as many laps on here, half as many laps as some of these drivers in here. Back to the lead again is a 74 Stephen West, and he has got 26 laps. When we go back to green, he will have 25 laps of an opportunity to win this race, as well as Robbie Otti, Tommy Amos, and Mark Love. Quite frankly, we have got a good chunk of this field. We have 15 drivers that can win this race right now because that's where we have an elite lap. 15 different drivers have the opportunity to win this race. We've got Stephen West and Robbie Otti. Stephen West on the inside, and it looks like he got a great lead. But Mark Love is back up here, and he is pushing Robbie Otti. It looks like Tommy Amos is going to take the inside line and take that away from Mark Love. And the battle for the lead is Stephen West and Robbie Otti. Well, Robbie Otti he's pushing that machine, and he keeps wearing down those brakes in that turn. It's going to last long. It's going to get a chance for Tommy Amos in that third position in that 28 car to get up there. This is anybody's race. It depends on how bad you want to take care of your equipment. We're down to 20 laps to go, and if you watch the front driver's wheel of that 44, Robbie Otti, you will see it lock up. See, it gets right to the bumper of Stephen West, and he tries to slide it right in there, and he might have it coming off his turn. Stephen West in that 74 might give it to him. If they keep racing like that side by side, one of them will bound to wreck the other one. Smart move from Stephen West to let Robbie Otti have that. He wouldn't give it to him. It would have been a problem. Oh, and we've got Mark Love. He loves that wall. He caught that wall right behind Tommy Amos. It looked like that car just snapped right into the wall. Pulled him right into that. Well, let's see if Stephen West has got a little bit more up his sleeve ready for Robbie Otti. Kind of looks like he's trying to stay with him. And Brian Johnson in the number 4 has moved into the 4th position. He went around Mark Love after Mark Love loved that wall. It does look like Stephen West. There's another caution. It looks like Stephen West is squirrely. He got those rear end broke loose on him a little bit. If it wasn't for that wall, he might have went all the way around. We go back to green, we will have roughly about 13, 14 laps left for this race. It has been a very long, excruciating lap after lap, caution after caution race. These drivers, when they took the green flag, I bet they never thought they would see 23 cautions. That has got to be some kind of a record. But the good news is this will give Jay Feltman and the number 7 car an opportunity to get back on the lead line. And we've got Stephen West is going to be the only Toyota in the top 10. He has got no manufacturer help up there. He is surrounded by Chevy Camaros ZL1s. In the lead, Robbie Yachty's driving a Chevy Camaro. And the next 8 cars behind him are also driving Chevy Camaros. So he is surrounded. That Toyota Camry is surrounded by Chevrolet. And Stephen West in that 74. So Robbie Yachty what a Toyota gives. Find out. We're going to have, let's say, about 11 laps when we go green. Does Tommy Amos in the 28, does he have anything for the 74 and the 44? And will Brian Johnson or Mark Love or David Gervais? David could sneak up there. So could Tyler Fluff. They are as close to the front as the rest of them. They could slowly sneak up there. It just takes one mistake by those top 5 cars for somebody 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th to win this race. It takes patience and a lot of luck, apparently. Here we go. We're back to green. And Robbie Yachty gets a nice, good jump on this. And he is going to. Gervais looks like he's going high in at number 5. I don't know what he was thinking there. But the 4 of Brian Johnson's coming around the outside of Tommy Amos' 28 car. He wants to get that 3rd position, and he has secured it. He is coming towards the front. They have 10 laps to go. Last time by. And we are on another caution. These cautions, I told you, the patience just takes patience. We got Mark Love and David Gervais. They just have no patience. The more this happens, the more opportunity Stephen West has to preserve his tires. These caution laps don't tear those tires up as fast. He is on older tires than Robbie Yachty. Smart move for Stephen West would have been to go in his last 2 or 3 cautions ago and get some new tires. He may have already used up all 4 sets of his tires. He may be just doing the best he can on his very last set. Sneaking up in there in the 3rd position is that Brian Johnson in number 4. He has been pretty aggressive the whole race. If he can get in there and sneak it up, he probably has something for Robbie Yachty. Let's not count out Tyler Fluff, Tommy Amos, and David Gervais. Mark Love, everybody right behind them, they all stand an opportunity because it just takes one mistake from drivers in front of you, and you can gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions. These drivers are not they're not gonna give up until that checkered flag flies and they cross that finish line. Every position counts. This is a points race. And if we have one more caution, we will have a green-white checker. So if these drivers could possibly go, we'll have 4-lap shootout. If they can go 3 laps without a caution, the race will be over. And we've got Robbie Yachty on the outside, and he looks like he's going to get a nice jump. He's getting a nice lead. And it looks like Tommy Amos he's saved something because he is taking second place. Either that or Stephen West has gotten a real bad. Oh, Stephen West has found his gas pedal once again, and we have a caution. So we are going to have our first attempt at a green-white checker. And I do believe we have 2 or 3 attempts that we can go at a green-white checker. So this may go longer than 251 laps. But I do know that we hit 25 cautions. And this, no, I am sorry, I'm mistaken. We only have 1 attempt at a green-white checker. That means as soon as the flag flies, where you fall, you fall. The caution comes out again, and the race is over at where you sit. So some of these drivers are really going to push the envelope and really go. It looks like Kyle Feemster in that 38 took his car to the garage as well. So we have Robbie Yachty on the outside in that 44. Inside would be Stephen West. In a 74, Brian Johnson is in 3rd position right now in the 4 car. Tommy Amos is in the 28 car. He's in 4th. Tyler Clough is in 5th place in the 21. And David Gervais is in 6th place in the number 5. Kenny Powell in that Ruffles 24 is in, looks like he's in 8th. Mark Love's in 9th in that 54th. In the top 10, rounding up the top 10 is Andrew Melvin in 37th. Any of these drivers, they stand a really good chance of winning. This is a green-white checker. We have got 14 cars in the lead lap. Any one of those 14 cars could win this race right now. This is going to be a very interesting start. I would not blink. You're going to see a lot of fenders hitting. This has been a 2-hour, 250-lap race. When this race ends, we will be at 255 laps. And we're going to go green. Here we go green. Looks like Tommy Amos got a bad start there. And he got shuffled around. He straightened it back up, and he is in 4th. It looks like Robbie Yachty is going to take it. He's got a great gap between him and Stephen West in that 74. Third place is looking like it's going to be Tyler Bluff in the 21, and right behind him is Chris Johnson in the number 4. This is going to be the last lap. Let's see who's going to be a wrecker or checker. And it looks like our winner is going to be. Looks like Robbie-Yachty's in first. First serve. Robbie-Yachty in the 44 takes checkered flag. Stephen West in the 74 takes second. Tyler Fluff in the 21 takes third. Ryan Johnson in the 4 takes fourth. Mark Love in the 54 takes fifth. Andrew Melvin in the 37 takes sixth. Seventh would be Craig Johnson in the 83. Eighth, David Gervais in the 5 car. Ninth, Kenny Ruffles Powell in the 24. And rounding out the top 10 would be the 94 of Sean Hessler. Let's see if we can make contact with our race winner today, and that's Mr. Robbie-Yachty. See, I'm just trying to make contact with Robbie-Yachty, see if he's available to chat. All right, we're going to chat with Robbie-Yachty, number 44, the winner of today's race. Robbie-Yachty in the 44. You got your ears on, bud?
I got you, buddy. How you doing?
How was that race? What do we have? 25 cautions? What was that race like?
Horrible. A lot of cautions. I felt like, we had one green flag run at the beginning. We had to pass a couple cars, drove over, and then 74 was really fast. But we started eating up that gap on the long run. So I feel like we had a really good long run car, like we always do. It's just not the way you like to win them on those cautions, but we'll take them when we can get them.
Yeah, I never thought we were going to start the race and see 20. I think we had 23 or 24 cautions. We ran most of the race under caution, half the race under caution. So that must have been excruciating. What was the tire wear like on that?
It wasn't that bad. I mean, compared to Dover, it was really good actually. Um, you could probably go 20 laps, 30 laps. I know you'd still be in the mid 90s. So, you know, tire wear was not a huge issue, but over a period of time, obviously it helped. So that's why, saw me take tires, left the lead, and drove my way back up a second, got the caution, got back in the lead, and, kept going forward. I got to thank my teammates, Tommy, Kyle, Kenny, like all of them. Me, Kyle, working really good together at the beginning with restarts, controlling the race, which is very important here. Me and Tommy were doing that at the end. Just it's a bummer that Tommy couldn't get the finish he deserved.
Yeah, it kind of looked like we have, Stephen West in '74. He had a pretty dominating car in the beginning of this race. But it looks like what happened, he's got involved in a couple wrong decisions there. it probably cost him the win here. Now Tyler Pluff in that 21 was coming up pretty quick, but you were dominant, Robbie. Very dominant.
Yep. That's how we like to do it. Um, I just gotta give big thanks to G&G Racing. Everybody back there, Eric, LU, Kenny for bringing me in. I think this is my second race for G&G Racing, and we dominated Dover. We picked up the Martinsville win, so can't ask for a better start with this organization.
That's great. That's great. GG is a great racing team to be involved with, and congratulations on your win today.
Thanks, bud. Take care.
Take care, man. And, and that concludes our race. We were supposed to have 250 laps. We ended up with 255 laps. So we're off this week, and Martinsville is finally over. We've ended up with 25 cautions. We will see you next week.